Any time an NBA franchise wins their very first championship, it is cause for celebration. And in the case of the 1988-89 Detroit Pistons, the cause for jubilation was even more magnified as they won their title in arguably the most competitive and difficult time in NBA history. Consider the fact that either the great Los Angeles Lakers of Magic Johnson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, or the Boston Celtics of Larry Bird, Kevin McHale and Robert Parrish all had a lock on the NBA title in the 1980s except for one single year in 1983 when Dr. J and Moses Malone led the Philadelphia 76ers to the promised land, and you can see just how scarce and difficult it was to nab a ring in the 80s. Now, add an emerging all-time great in Michael Jordan and his soon-to-be champion Chicago Bulls into the roadblock that was the Eastern Conference in the 1980s, and you have one of the more remarkable tales in NBA championship glory. This is the story of how the Bad Boy Pistons won their first NBA championship. The turning point for the Detroit Pistons franchise was when Isaiah Thomas was drafted with the second overall pick of the 1981 draft. Then the pieces began falling in place, with the hiring of coach Chuck Daly in 1983, the drafting of Joe Dumars in 85 and Dennis Rodman and Sally coming on board in 86. The trades then for Rick Mahorn, and midway through the 1989 campaign, Detroit would take a gamble in trading their highest scorer, Adrian Dantley, to Dallas for All-Star forward Mark Aguirre. These moves would pay off, and after struggling to overcome the Boston Celtics, they would reach the NBA Finals in 1988 before going down to the back-to-back champion Los Angeles Lakers. So by the time the 1988-89 season rolled around, the Pistons had assembled a playing roster capable of challenging for their first NBA championship, and they had found their identity as a hard-nosed, physical, athletic team that emphasized defense and dominating the boards to shut down their opponents. They had indeed become the Bad Boys. The Pistons would finish the 1989 regular season with the best record in the league. They swept through an injury-depleted and Larry Bird-less Celtics in the first round, and then took the Milwaukee Bucks in 4 straight on their way to a showdown with Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls. After Jordan exploded for 46 points in Game 3, and with the Pistons down 2-1 in the Eastern Conference Finals, the infamous Jordan rules would be fully unleashed. The Pistons would win Games 4, 5 and 6, and Detroit were headed back to the finals to play the Lakers, who were shooting for the first three-peat since the Boston Celtics achieved that in 1966. There were several key differences this time around in the finals against the Lakers in comparison to their clash the year before in '88. Firstly, Detroit would have the home court advantage, and the Pistons had made the trade by giving up Adrian Dantley for gun forward Mark Aguirre, and he was just starting to blend in with the Pistons just at the right time of the season. Also, Lakers shooting guard Byron Scott, who was such an important ingredient in the defending champions' fast break and as a wing spot-up shooting option, would be missing due to a pulled hamstring in a practice session just days before Game 1. And maybe most importantly, the Pistons had learnt from their 7-game battle with the Lakers the year before and had a plan to defeat the 2-time champion Lakers. The game plan? In defense, play body-to-body physical D to wear out the older Lakers, and on offense, to expose the weaker perimeter Lakers defense by isolating the speedy, smaller 3-guard combo of Joe Dumars, Isaiah Thomas and Vinny the Microwave Johnson, and give them the chance to penetrate and score or dish for high percentage shots.
The view from under the scoreboard as you look down on the opening tip. Beer the rebound. Detroit, they want an up-tempo game. They want to get a lot more shots. And Isaiah Thomas starts. Lakers with the ball, trailing 2-0. Pick and roll into Kareem Abdul-Jabbar from Magic Johnson. A little more than 2.5 minutes gone by in the opening quarter.
We're going to see a lot of Magic posting.
Cooper hits a 3-point basket from outside.
And excellent hands.
By the way, he was once a #1 draft pick by the Pistons. Magic Johnson with a super end-to-end foray. 2 minutes, under 2 minutes to go. Michael Thompson blocked by Sally. John Sally's already made a statement defensively in this game. Dumars. Detroit, that is. Kareem cuts it to 7-9. The trapping defense again. They get it to Rodman. Touch pass, Sally. By Michael Thompson. Now the Lakers trailing by 6.
Beautiful.
Magic in the lane gets the basket in the foul, and the Lakers are making a late run in this first half.
Because of his shot.
There's the final seconds ticked off in the half. Thomas goes to Rodman. The basket counts. 11-10 in the first quarter. Wire calling. 3-point attempt and a 3-point basket. Dumars and Magic playing cat and mouse out there. Dumars puts it up. Boy, the guards can't miss for Detroit tonight in their playoffs, and you can credit Detroit's great defense. Dumars against Worthy.
Nice.
Great move. That's the move of the night. Speaks volumes for Hustle. Edwards trapped. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Here's Aguirre going strong to the hoop. And Campbell going to the hoop. Gets the basket and a foul. And Tony Campbell is clawing and fighting his way in a valiant work off the bench tonight for LA.
The road, shot selection and defense must get it done for you.
Again, penetration by Detroit. Vinnie Johnson. They've allowed 84, and they may be headed for another one. Rodman back to Dumars. But game one goes to Detroit. The final score, Pistons 109, Lakers 97.
The template for the series had been set in game one, with the 3-guard rotation of Isaiah Joe Dumars and Vinnie Johnson combining for 65 of Detroit's 109 points. The Laker guards simply could not contain their dribble drive penetration. The Pistons had also limited Laker big guns Magic Johnson and James Worthy to 17 points each. But as game two rolled around, Magic would heed Pat Riley's advice for a more aggressive offensive approach, but a shock twist in the second half would completely alter the complexion of the series.
The Palace of Auburn Hills, Michigan, the scene of Game 2 of the NBA Finals. Any of their players.
So I expect him to take him now.
Johnson gets the basket and draws the foul, and he took him. Again, they go to Kareem. Laimbeer has picked up a foul. Sky hook is good. Club. Their eyes show it. Detroit gets back defensively, but James Worthy, off to a better start, has 4 points, and it's 9-2 Lakers. Hit him in the teeth and loosen one in game number 1. Magic finds Worthy. Great play by the Lakers.
When you play horse, you have to do that and be matched.
That's true. Dumars slices in nicely for the basket. Cross. Here's a 3-point attempt by Magic. He's got it. Not travel as the crowd thinks. Green fights inside, and a jump ball as Mahorn ties up Green, and Rick Mahorn's post defense has been terrific. Cooper in 3-point territory. Dumars picked him up quickly. Stuck through by Orlando Woolridge, who got
blocked, but their foot quickness tonight. Look at that. How about that for a charge? Now Rodman right now, because he's having a good evening.
Dumars goes in again and gets the basket with a left-handed layup. Magic is on Dumars. Edwards guarded by Kareem. Double team on Edwards, leaves Sally free for the baseline hoop.
Go to the left of your screen. Now watch the shot block. Beautifully measured by James Edwards. At the other end of the floor now, we'll see Kareem make his move. There it goes. People forget in the early years of his career, he led the league in shot blocking many, many years. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, you have Mahorn 6'10", 260 pounds on you.
Magic Johnson with the basket and the foul. Isaiah Thomas has yet to score until now. That's his first points of the game.
Look out, look out. Here we have Mahorn in green.
And a technical foul has been called, but the Lakers still hold on to their threadbare lead of 2. Magic makes it 4.
The Lakers are still in front. They have not buckled.
But Detroit certainly within range, and Dumars is keeping him there. Worthy, strong to the hoop. Woolridge keeps it alive. Boy, they are playing relentless ball, and a three-point basket by Michael Cooper, his 3rd of the game. Minutes in the first half for Detroit. Many of the Pistons in foul trouble. Had to come out early. Isaiah Thomas starts it off. Blocked. Sally again.
Nice.
Aguirre from Thomas. And we have our first tie of the game, and Magic Johnson may have pulled a hamstring. He missed 16 games, including the All-Star game, with a hamstring pull. I've never seen him look like that. You know Cooper's the ball handler of this group. Here's a 3 by Cooper, and he's got it. And Cooper now with 4 3-point hoops. And Rodman from Thomas. But Detroit has just dominated this final period. Thomas. Right now.
This game is still up for grabs either way.
Tony Campbell with the basket. Only
the Lakers are man-to-man right now.
Dumars against Worthy. Double. Out to Johnson. Thomas, long shot, way short. And the buzzer sounds, and it'll be Lakers ball.
Remember that Detroit also has a timeout left. Here's a clear out.
5 seconds to go. 4. Worthy goes in and is fouled, and he can go to the line and tie it up with 2 seconds remaining. But the and Lamb lost it, and the game is over. Only 2 teams have ever come back from a 2-0 deficit.
With reigning MVP Magic Johnson tearing his hamstring in the 3rd quarter, the Lakers had now lost their entire starting backcourt to hamstring injuries. Magic's injury had unfortunately overshadowed one of the great guard performances in finals history. The Pistons' Joe Dumars had shot the lights out on 10 for 16 field goal shooting and 13 for 14 from the free throw line for 33 points in 36 minutes played on the court. The Lakers were still confident heading home to LA for Game 3, and with their legendary center and captain Kareem Abdul-Jabbar playing his final season at the ripe old age of 42, Kareem would turn back the clock for a vintage performance from the master of the skyhook. But with Magic Johnson trying to play basically on one leg, it would be an uphill battle against the fresh young legs of the Pistons.
Your Magic saying if there's any possible way, I will be in that starting lineup today. I see a lot of bumping.
Into Kareem. Gets rid of the double, and Cooper wide open for a 3, hits it.
So Michael Thompson, they need the points.
Worthy is on Dumars. Dumars has been too quick for him lately, and there's Joe who has... There's Magic Johnson limping as he comes up floor. Heavily taped. Got to be very tough. I don't think anyone will ever forget the look etched on his face. John Sally into the game for the Pistons. Beats Rodman, beautifully executed. 4. Campbell working against Dumars. Good strong move to the basket, but counts and a foul. What a move by Tony Campbell.
Who is this guy?
And where has he been?
Yes, indeed.
Crowd beginning to get into this a lot more.
Well, they sense they can win it.
Woolridge.
There he is.
What a surprise. Campbell fouls Dumars.
Yo, watch a fight. Mahorn and Cooper down on the baseline.
Rick Mahorn came charging in, and Hugh Evans Now to move Mahorn away, and Cooper has not scored in the first half, starting up front with Laimbeer and Mahorn. Dumars with a left-handed layup off the glass. For Worthy, 6 seconds on the shot clock. Here goes Kareem again with a long sky hook, and he's in 2 in a row. The lead is 3 for the Lakers. Isolate. McGuire guarding Worthy. There's the move. There's the basket. Woolridge, 3-on-2 now. Woolridge took it himself. You know,
Back for the long jumper.
stripped away by Dumars on defense. Talk about playing both ends of the floor. Joe pulls up. He's hot. He's got it. 19 points for Dumars here in the third quarter. This is the long-range shot. David Rivers staggering toward the hoop. Vinnie Johnson fouls him. Basket. And the rest of the Lakers salute him.
About 10 to 12 feet from the basket. That's a tough shot.
Worthy spins in and dunks it on Sally. Took him off his shot totally. Rodman feeds Sally. Well, that's what those 2 youngsters who were drafted in '86 gave this team. So the Lakers foiled the last 3 times down the floor. And Isaiah Thomas followed up by Vinnie Johnson with a basket to tie the game at 94. In the Kareem.
Oh, yeah.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, 6 for 6 from the field. This half, 5 on the shot clock. Tony Campbell has it knocked away. 1 second, Worthy fires it up and hits it. He turned around and hit it wide. 2 points. 109-108, under a minute to play. Chanting defense, Thomas drives in and gets a big basket.
Here we have one of the first team all defensive players in the NBA doing his job, what he's noted for. On this release, look at this play. Not only that, the block. Now watch the quickness, and they save the play. Saves the play and gets the ball back inbounds.
Spark the Pistons has given Detroit a commanding 3-0 lead in the NBA Finals. And not since 1983 as a team.
Despite Kareem's 24 points and 13 rebounds, it would be Detroit's backcourt that would again destroy the Lakers, with Isaiah scoring 26 points and Dumars notching 31. With their very first championship in sight, the Pistons were determined to close out the series in a sweep, but the Lakers, in particular a possessed James Worthy, would make them fight all the way.
Off the boards for Detroit. James Worthy working inside, lays it in.
One-on-one versus Mahorn. Oh, yes.
Mahorn knocked Cooper down. They're going to call him for it.
Watch out! Watch out!
If punches are thrown, it's automatic ejection. Just remember that.
The game at the center position. Who could you say is a better passer than Kareem?
Bill Laimbeer hits a 3-point basket. Isaiah Thomas with his first shot of the game. Rodman and Sally doubling. Worthy spins his way in. Great move by James Worthy. Pops one from the corner. Rivers and Dumars collided. And here come the Lakers with a 2-on-1 break. It's Worthy. That's 7 in a row for James Worthy.
But he is a good shooter.
Rodman is down and his back is hurting him.
Yes, he is. Right here, right in front of us.
He takes the shot and hits the shot, but he is holding on to his back. As you know, he has back spasms and is in obvious pain.
Excellent job with their feet, Dick.
Going baseline, Worthy. Another sensational foray by James Worthy, 19. Game after getting under 20 in the first 2 contests. Dumars with a tough shot over David Rivers.
That is a tough shot. Just look to the left of your screen. You're seeing a good defensive player, Rick Mahorn, trying to stop Worthy. Now, what happened first? Worthy took that left hand and tried to move Mahorn out of there. Well, Mahorn's not going to give any ground. He's in there to play defense and to rebound and also to talk to you a little bit and try to disrupt your game.
2 seconds to go, and they won't get it off.
Joe Dumars made it.
He's all right.
Yes.
He was hit hard.
You'll see it here as the ball is coming. Here's Joe Dumars running on the inside of Cooper. There it is right there. Boom. He hits his own man.
Trainer quickly out, and now he's up. He's got some time to rest, but Hubie, the Piston three guards, scored 21 of their 26 points in the second. Isaiah guarded by Cooper. Laimbeer fires a three and hits. Bill Laimbeer. Starters with Aguirre and Mahorn and Laimbeer. Dumars and Thomas, and a three-point basket answered by James Worthy, who has 24 points. Dumars, fall away, and the basket counts and a foul right here.
Well, I'll give the Pistons credit. They're denying the passes on the ball reverse.
Worthy hits a three-point basket, second one of the game, and he's got 29. And it's Dumars again, the big gun. Now Isaiah defending against Cooper. On the pick and roll with James Worthy. Out of sight tonight is James Worthy.
Here's no defense.
Woolridge strong to the hoop. And Orlando Woolridge now has scored 10 points coming off the bench. Here's against a very tough Detroit Piston club. Vinnie Johnson drives and gets the hoop. He's got 14.
John's a terrific coach and outstanding evaluator of talent.
Mahorn gets the basket and is fouled as well. In the front. Worthy. Exactly the description for him. He's got 37 points. Game close in the last two games, but couldn't beat the strong Detroit team. Thomas with a great move, changed hands in the air.
Very beautiful. Well said.
Kareem goes in and gets the shot, and it's a 4-point game, 100-96. And under a minute now. Dumars from the corner hits. 23 points for Joe Dumars. World champs.
The Pistons locker room, a victorious team that battled all the way to a 7th game last year before losing, and this year they have done it 4 in a row. And now comes time to award the presentation of the trophy. The commissioner.
The Detroit Pistons had broken through for their historic first championship in franchise history. Before the final series had begun, Joe Dumars was seen as a rising star who was a good solid on and off ball defender. By the series end, he had walked away with final series MVP with averages of 27.3 points per game and 6 assists per game. Detroit would go on to win back-to-back titles, defeating the Portland Trail Blazers in 5 games in 1990 to cement their place in NBA history as one of the all-time great teams. The Lakers, however, would never recover. And with the immediate retirement of Kareem and the exit of coach Pat Riley the following year in 1990, the Showtime era had come to an end. Please subscribe for more great NBA and basketball videos, and leave a comment below and share your thoughts on the 1989 Bad Boy Detroit Pistons. Much love and peace.
Coach Chuck Daly. Coach, congratulations. An unbelievable performance by this team.
Really, all on the defensive end, which is basically just hard work. It was unfortunate the Lakers lost a couple people, but that's a fact of life. This club deserved to win it. We won all 4 series on the road. We deserve to win the championship.